Hello, and welcome to episode 4, round 3 of Road to Kingdom solo version. My name is Mame, and I am your host. This week's theme is called Listen Up, where Emma chooses a K-pop group that she thinks deserves more recognition. There were quite a few K-pop groups to choose from. So many, actually, in fact, that she listens to. But she ended up choosing The Kingdom. Let's find out why she chose this marvelous group. Hello, I am Emma, and I'm the sole participant of Road to Kingdom solo version. So I decided to choose Last Flower by The Kingdom because they just released it and I kind of wanted to promote that. But also, it took me a long time to decide who I was going to choose. Because at first I was like, okay, maybe I'll do No Pressure by Nomad because I really liked that song. But then I was like, or maybe I should do a group where I knew kind of like all the members' names. And so I thought, okay, maybe I'll do WeI and I'll do Twilight. But then I was like, I don't know. Maybe I should actually do a group where I don't know all the names. So I kind of like went back to that. And then The Kingdom came out with Last Flower. And I listened to that and I watched the dance. And I was like, ooh, I really like this. So then I was like, okay, I will do Last Flower by The Kingdom, final answer. As you can see on my posts on Instagram, there are a lot of groups that I am a casual listener to, but I don't actually stan, but that I also believe deserves more recognition than they have right now. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I'm falling a little bit more in love with my underrated groups than I am with my bigger groups, like the more popular groups. And what I mean by that, like falling more in love with, is that I kind of mean that I'm just like getting into more groups that are underrated more than me getting into groups that are already kind of big. So like for instance, I recently got into 8turn, obviously because of Road to Kingdom. But now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll check out ONEUS too, because I watched their Chuseok video that were pretty funny. I also really liked them on Road to Kingdom, and Xian's long hair gets me dead. He looks so good with long hair. There are also some of the smaller groups that I really want to get into eventually, like to the same level I mean. So like Just Be and TNX, I want to get into them someday. And I know it will happen eventually. It will just happen at a time when I feel like it's ready. And I know I can't force it, because every single time I try to force myself to stay in a group, it just never really works out. But anyway, please just give some love to these underrated groups. And also don't forget to check out The Kingdom's Last Flower performance, because let me give you a little spoiler alert, it's far better than mine is. Hello and welcome to day 1 of the dance practice behind for Last Flower by The Kingdom. So I learned that first part only to realize that I kind of actually want to dance to the last chorus and not the first one, so I had to go back and relearn Great job performing, Emma. How did you all like it? I was personally excited to see this traditional Korean music mixed with a more modern sound. Now, let's look at those score rankings. It looks like her score went down because of a lack of energy in her dance. I can kind of agree. I know when Emma was practicing and when she was even performing, she kind of felt like it was not at her best. But the show must go on and she must perform. Although it is disappointing that she went down by 1 score, I know that she's excited to start the next and final challenge. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. Next week, Friday, October 17th, will be the final episode of Road to Kingdom solo version. However, please stay tuned for the coming Monday where there will be a closing remarks special episode. See you then!